Hi, thanks for joining me today. This video sequence is going to focus on some poses to help open up the front of the body. We spend a lot of our day with our body in the opposite position. You know, when we are working on our computers or driving our car, or even riding our horse, you know, we have the arms in front, and sometimes we have, though we shouldn't, we have this tendency to collapse through the chest. So the muscles in the front of the body get a little tighter. So we're going to do some poses to open up the front of the body today. That can be called, they call them different things. Back bends, because we are creating a bend in the back, but it's more of a front extension, also called heart openers. So we're going to start standing today. You shouldn't need any special props. If you have a couple yoga blocks handy, you can have them just if you would like to use them. But we'll start standing in mountain pose, so feet hip distance apart. Lift all your toes up off the mat, spread the toes, place the toes back down. So think of finding that nice broad base of support. Think of the inner arch of the foot lifting and the kneecaps lifting. Think of the sternum lifting. Think of that, the collarbones being nice and wide. So we already start to get this nice stretch across the front of the body. Feel energy up through the crown of the head. Think of the shoulder blades gliding down the back, the tailbone lengthening, and energy down through the heels, weight through the heels. Letting the hands rest down by your side with the palms facing forward. And just take a couple breaths here. You can close the eyes or just keep a soft gaze down, whatever feels appropriate for you. But just notice how your body feels and feel that sensation in the front of the body. We're going to be serenaded by my dogs today, so sorry about that. And then very gently let the eyes open if you have the eyes closed. Inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Extended mountain pose. Take a little gaze up. Think of the sternum lifting a little bit. And then as you exhale, turn the palms down, float the arms back down by your side. So just the sun breath with a little emphasis on that opening through the front of the body. So inhale, arms float up. Think of lifting the heart and the sternum, gaze a little up. And then exhale, let the arms float back down. Good, one more time, just like that. Inhale, arms floating all the way up. And exhale, the arms float down. So this time, float the arms all the way up and then bring the hands behind the head. So thumbs like just on the back of the neck, fingertips kind of cradling the back of the head, elbows nice and wide. So think of the collarbones again being nice and wide. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, reach up and over to the right. So we'll just take a crescent moon here. Think of, again, nice opening through the front of the body. And then inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, a little crescent moon to your left. So nice opening through the front of the body. And then come back through center. One more time each side. Exhale, reaching over to the right. Keep grounding down through that left foot. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, reach up and over to your left as you ground down through both feet. And come back up to center. Now this time, again, we're going to have some forward bends or flexion in this sequence too. But as you exhale, we're going to round a little bit through the upper body, bring the elbows a little forward, take the gaze a little down, not exaggerated here, but just a little gentle fold forward. And then inhale, lift the heart and the sternum. Open up through the front of the body. Take the gaze a little bit more up than you were just doing a minute ago. Let the heads be supported by the hands. Exhale again, round forward. So this is almost like a standing cat-cow here. So inhale again, open the front of the body, lift the heart and the sternum. Good, one more, exhale. And inhale, and as you exhale, letting those knees bend a little bit. Actually, let's do that one more time. Exhale, bending the knees round a little forward. And then inhale, letting the legs straighten, but don't lock the knees, opening up. And then come back to neutral with the elbows again out to the side. So we're going to add a little movement here. So exhale over to the right. Let the elbows bend round forward. Come over to the left. And then lift the heart and the sternum, gazing up. So do that. Think of making a big circle here with the shoulders, the elbows, the crown of the head, whatever visual helps you here. Inhale and exhale. So especially emphasizing that opening through the front of the body. So as we're in that lateral flexion and then an extension and then over to the other side. So the next time you come back around, pause for a moment. Again, back to that mountain pose, elbows out to the side. Then we'll take it the second direction. So over to the left and then round, bend the knees a little bit, come forward, lifting the heart and the sternum. Again, do that a couple times, exhaling. And inhale. Again, feel that nice opening through the front of the body. Again, once more, exhaling. And inhale, come all the way back up. This time, reach the fingertips all the way up. Bring the feet about as wide as your yoga mat. Toes point a little to the outside. Fingertips extend up. Lift the heart and the sternum. Do a nice front extension. If that does not feel good for your neck, you can always keep your hands behind for some support, or even keep your chin towards your collarbone. So we're still opening up through the front of the body, but if the neck needs a little extra support, keep the chin towards the collarbones. Inhale and exhale, and then bring the palms back together, bring the hands down to the heart, heel toe the feet back together. Come to the end of your mat. If you're not there, we're gonna do a little flow to get down to the ground. So find that mountain pose once again, hands down by your side. Inhale, arms float all the way up. Bring the palms together, exhale the hands to the heart, bend the knees, fold all the way down to that standing forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up, find that nice length again in the spine, lengthening through the crown of the head. Then exhale, bend both knees, hands down to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Right leg and left leg step back. So nice distance between the hands and the feet. Make sure the hands are at least shoulders distance apart, feet hip distance apart. You can keep the knees bent a little bit here. You can pedal through the feet. So think of this as kind of a neutral position here for the spine. So nice length, crown of the head to tip of the tailbone. Inhale and exhale. And then come way up onto the toes, straighten both legs, press the chest towards the thighs, send your sit bones up as high as you can, and then release the knees to the mat. Uncurl the toes, and we're going to again do this transition through this forward bend, folding into child pose. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Again, when we're doing these front extensions, we will have some counter poses in between. And then lifting the head, we're going to come all the way onto our belly. So extend the arms out in front, legs out behind you, coming all the way down on the mat. Palms overhead, forehead to the mat. So feet hip distance apart. Press into the tops of your feet so you feel the kneecaps lift a little off the mat. Lift the head slightly. Walk your elbows back so that they are underneath your shoulders. So this alignment here, so not out to the side, we want them directly under the shoulders. Forearms parallel, press into the palms, press into the tops of the feet. Imagine that you're isometrically drawing the elbows towards the hips. So we're getting this nice opening through the front of the body. Inhale and exhale. So Sphinx pose here. Get nice stretch. You feel that stretch from the lower belly to the chin. Think of drawing the shoulder blades towards the spine. Inhale and exhale. Now press into the hands, bring the elbows out to the side, lower down, bring your hands beside your chest, bring the forehead to the mat, hug the elbows in towards the ribs, press into the feet. Inhale, lift up to a low cobra. So again, nice front extension working through the back of the body. Exhale, lower down. We'll do that 2 more times. Press into the feet. Inhale, lifting up. So we're not pushing ourselves up with our hands. Exhale, lower down. Good. Once more. Press into the feet. Inhale, lifting up, low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Now this time, do press into the hands. Come up to table pose. Wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. Then take a counter pose. Exhale, round into cat pose. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale. And exhale for that nice stretch in the back of the body. And then come back to your table pose. Bring the hands in front, curl your toes under, sit bones up and back. Come to that downward facing dog. Again, either bent knees or legs straight, your option. Inhale and exhale. Now bring a little bit more weight into the left heel. Lift the right leg up. It does not matter how high. Bend your knee, draw your knee in towards your chest. Step your right foot up beside the right hand. Lower the left knee down. Uncurl the toes. So here's where if you have a yoga block, you could use it. You can place your left hand on your block. And we're going to float that right arm up and overhead, coming into a twist with a little emphasis and really opening up through this front of the body. So reaching those fingertips, usually we do this just with the arm reaching up. So think of reaching it a little bit behind you. Feel that nice opening across the front of the chest. Inhale and exhale. Now bring the right hand back down to the mat, moving your block. If you're using your block, both hands to the mat, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, bring that right leg back beside the left, come to downward facing dog. Take a breath here, inhale and exhale. Now inhale, weight into the right foot, inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Again, it does not matter how high. Bend your knee, draw your knee in towards your chest, and then step the left foot up beside the left hand, lower the right knee down and curl the toes. Make sure the left heel is under the knee. And again, maybe that block underneath that right hand, float that left arm up and overhead, and then begin to open the arm a little bit behind you. Again, getting that opening across the front of the body. Inhale and exhale. Make sure your left knee is staying over top of your heel and it's not winging out to the side. Inhale and exhale. And then very gently bring that left hand back down. Move your block if you were using it. Curl the toes under, lift the back knee, step that left leg back beside the right. Come to your downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. And then release the knees down to the mat and curl the toes. We're going to come to a seated position on the heels. If that is not comfortable for your knees, go ahead and come to a cross-legged position. We'll be here just for a moment. So arms again down by your side. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Exhale, release the hands down behind you. Either interlace the fingers, pressing down through the palms, through the fingertips, or take hold of opposite elbows if that does not feel good for your shoulders, to clasp the hands. So think again, this nice opening across the front of the body. Inhale and exhale. As you take your next exhale, gently rotate your head to the right, and then inhale back to center, and then exhale, rotate the head to the left, and back to center. And then release the hands, float the arms all the way up. Bring the palms together. Bring the hands to the heart. Bow the head towards the heart. Close the eyes for just a breath or two. Just notice how you feel, especially noticing how your posture feels, especially in the upper part of that body. You feel like you feel a little bit more open through the chest. Roxy does. Oh, Coco does. It's Coco. And then as you're ready, gently let the eyes open. So yes, this is my yoga dog, Coco. Yes, she loves to help. So thanks so much for joining me today for this video. Again, for those of you who, well, anybody, our society gets us in this position where we collapse through the front of the body. So the more that we can work to open up through the front of the body, it's going to help us in any activity that we're doing through the day, but especially when we're in the saddle. So I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Have a super great day from Coco and I. Bye-bye.